What is up, guys? Welcome to No Quarter episode 71, Shipwrecked on the Kixeye Island. So we're just going to go down with who we got here. We got Simba Dakota. I guess Simba doesn't want to say hi. We got Ross.
Sorry, hello.
Good evening, everyone.
We got Robin.
Hello.
We got Watchman.
Hi, everyone.
We got Jordy.
Hello.
And we got Chuck.
Evening, all.
So I'm just going to start going down the line and asking you guys how your shipwreck event's going. Ross, buddy, we're going to start off with you. I can't seem to get rid of you no matter what to do, so we'll go with you first.
My shipwrecks event is going point-wise is going well because my alliance is pretty much carrying me through. I lost, in all honesty, I lost interest because in truly my first battle, I went out. I was going for the alliance one, so we gathered, and I have a rogue crew on, and I honestly have a decent shipwrecks fleet, really do. I have it upgraded to the hilt, and it's pretty good. I spent time on it, and I get this glitch where I'm unable to view because I coin repair. So that's the same glitch that's been going on for all three shipwrecks. So and I got frustrated, and I went fishing because if it's like a lemon law to me, 1, 2, 3 strikes and they're out. If they can't do it 3, I'm not doing it. That's how I feel.
Well, there you go. Simba, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking stuff's overpriced. It's hard for anyone who is not up to par with having the ships or having conqueror fleets to hit your opponents are unable to do anything. So they're just screwed on getting caught up.
Watchman?
It's gone pretty well. I only need to get one more of the new, what's it, not Goldwing, what's it called, the new hull?
Bloodwing.
Bloodwing. I took a couple of days to basilisk upgrade tokens because I got a final one going to you two. I took within the first few hours, I managed to get the new base weapon, and I put a couple of those in. And then I took the skin because the alliance has got me up to that, and I thought, you know what, I can have that indulgence and I'll take it. I like it. But I was really pissed off after the first day. I was hitting the 106s, and then suddenly they started putting Garfleets in, and I thought, what? You fucking moved the goalposts like within, hours. I was furious, and I quit for, I didn't come back for a day or so. You know what I mean? It's like, I was annoyed about that. Otherwise, I probably would have been finished by now, to be honest with you. But yeah. It's not been too bad. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not 100% happy with the way it's gone. I don't think there's enough spawns out there and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm fortunate that I'm in a reasonably active alliance, and we're carrying each other through.
Robin, what are you thinking?
Well, really, I haven't been doing it. Oops, I got my mute off, don't I?
Yeah, somebody isn't muted in the background.
Okay. I don't think it's me. But I was really amused to log in today and see that for $35.99 I could buy the new fleet. Couldn't buy the skin, which is the only thing I would really have wanted. I can buy that fleet. Wow. I don't want it. They're really, really pushing to get their 30 million bonus, aren't they? Or was it 30 billion?
Yeah, I haven't had that offer. That offer's not there for me, actually. Not that I want to take it anyway, but the offer isn't there, and I did check a few times.
I've had it.
Jordy, what are you thinking, buddy? You're probably going to have to unmute yourself because I put you on mute because I think you're bleeding through a little bit.
Actually, I've got nothing on, so I don't know what that would be.
I don't know.
I can still hear somebody was sort of giving a squelch sound before, but I agree with Ross. I mean, I battled with Ross, and the incident occurred while I was fighting him, where he couldn't join the combat, and I've had it happen to me. You know, I've had it happen where I've clicked repair, it hasn't repaired, and somebody's got in, and I've been able to join the battle with a damaged fleet. And I've had it where I have had to sit and watch, just watch the actual shipwreck, can't view the battle, can't control my fleet, having repaired it, which, that just isn't good enough. And then when people are going to Kixeye to report it, and Kix saying it's the players exploiting a glitch, that leaves a sour taste in my mouth, because it's against my moral code to do things like that, and I'm not bright enough to know how to exploit a glitch either. So Kicks need to fess up the fact that they had this reported to them in the very first shipwreck, and they should have put it right by now. I think I think the spawn rates for the guys who can't do who are doing the outpost, I think the spawn rates are too low, and a lot of big guys are going around sucking up all the small, easy bases for points, just putting things on auto. So that's creating an imbalance. Other than that, I've had great fun. I've been insulted. I've had my base attacked. I've been sniped. So I'm doing all the right things. I'm annoying all the right people, getting under the skin, having a great laugh. Nothing greater than one fleet sailing in amongst 8 or 9 people and walking away having won the whole battle. That makes me giggle. It makes me warm inside.
And Charles, what do you think?
PvE players got the shaft from the beginning of this event. First, they gave us those bases to hit, and then they turned them off. They said they were intermittent. That gave everyone that was PvE nothing to do, nothing to grind. We had new must-have tech dropped in this event, which, frankly, is the stupidest thing they should have done. Yeah, I can see all those people going for those skins. Yeah, they can have fun doing it, because a good portion of my alliance doesn't want to do anything to do with shipwrecks. I do have 130k points right now, all just from hitting opponent bases. Practicing with my basilisks. When they finally turned the bases up a little bit, yeah, that was pretty good, and it was good steady stream, and then suddenly they threw those guards in there, and I saw a community backlash real fast. They pulled the guards out, and the last couple bases that I've been hitting, they've been changing them again. Stuff that I was able to hit with the basilisk now is out of range. The range on that new rocket turret was really small before. Now it's huge. So I don't know what they're doing.
All right, we'll go to Shane, then I'll say what I think, and then we'll just go to kind of a more open mic thing. But I want to make sure everybody had a chance to get their input. Shane, what do you got, bud?
Hello, peoples. Well, I mean, it's. I don't see why there hasn't been a backlash about the unplayability of the freaking event. Period. I mean, I can't. It's the laggy or so bad issues, and I mean, all I can hit is the lower targets, because there's no way I can even survive in any of the better targets on the, and I'm just doing the outpost. There's no way I'm getting involved in the regular shipwreck event. You know, out there in the fleet to fleet battles. Because they've did all the upgrades and all that stuff on the ship, so I'm not even participating in that. But as far as being able to hit a damn target, I mean, my ships float away and I got to do all this ghost driving. Well, you know, just go ahead and click, because they're actually going to go where you want them to, but you can't even see what the hell you're doing, because it'll be 20 seconds before they go. You can see where the hell you sent them to, because they'll sit there and I'll put to where I want them to go and everything, and then they'll just be floating away, and then 20 seconds later you'll see them boom, 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 bounce to where you told them to go. You know, and it's just totally, you can't see what the hell you're doing in a hit. It just sucks for me. I mean, I've only got 35,000 points. You know, doing them 1,250 at a time sucks. And the 82s are actually worth 2,500, but everybody swarms them as soon as they spawn. I mean, you know, and then they're gone for 15, 30 minutes, whatever their spawn rate is. For me, it's just virtually unplayable. It just sucks. And as far as the points for the prizes, shit, forget about it, man. I mean, 500,000 for a freaking skin, that's redunculous. And as far as, I mean, I might get one prize, or I might get a couple of tokens, or, you know, for kits and stuff or whatever. I mean, I'm not planning on getting nothing of any consequence this round. So unplayable and cost way too much for the points being offered for the targets I'm hitting is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I'm kind of right there with you, Shane, on the point payouts and the prize costs, because, like, I went out, honestly, I think I've only hit, like, one of the Kixeye bases. You know, I got 1,250 points out of it, and I looked, and the thing, like, the one thing I was really looking at was, like, 200,000 points. I'm going to have to hit, like, 90-some target, or no, like, almost 200 targets to be able to get that thing.
Yeah,
Fucking dick, dude. I have a life. You know,
yeah.
I can't be sitting around grinding this crap all day long.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I'm the same boat. You know, I had to hit 200 targets to get that, but it's just the freaking headache of even hitting a target, because it's, you know, I can't even drive. You might as well just hit it on auto and be done with it. So there's no way I'm hitting 100.
Like, then you have the flip side of it, where, you know, you have the shipwrecks, and they took something that was fun, and I could have possibly competed in on an even keel with anybody else in the game, but then they added upgrades to the interceptors, and they screwed that all up too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so for me, it's like I've been more or less kind of priced out of this event just based on, you know, the point cost for the prizes and what my limitations are as far as what I can hit. Like, I'm not doing the event. I went out, I hit one target, and I factored in how many times I would have to do it. And I don't have the time to hit all those targets. I have other things that I need to do with my life.
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much the consensus I'm at. So I might get a lurker, but woohoo, I don't really care about that. I mean, I was wanting to get a weapon, but I'm not going to do no 200,000 points. I probably won't even get 200,000 points to be able to get the new weapon, just for from a collector's standpoint. You know, trying to get what's new and have all the base weapons.
I mean, once again, we're at the point, you know, if you're in one of the top 10 or top 15 or maybe even 20 alliances, I'm sure this event is great for you. If you're a player who's not in one of those things, you might as well not even bother.
Yeah, I mean, I've not got nobody else in the alliance getting me points. So, whatever.
I know. By the way, I noticed the leaderboard points aren't even correct. My points that it says on the Shipwrecks event, that it says I have are a quarter of what I really have.
Well, you been hitting personal targets too, or you just been hitting only the alliance points?
Well, I think the reason that is, Ross, is because the leaderboard only shows your personal points, whereas the points you accumulate, of course, will be your points plus the points that your alliance got for you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that would totally explain it. But yeah, because
See, I don't play every day, but I still know some shit.
my points are off. I mean, seriously, my points are off the chart. They're over like 400 and some. I don't know, and I haven't hit the thing. I mean, I did a couple battles, and my ratio is so horrible. I got to tell you, I think I did 5. Okay, and I'm serious. I think I got glitch battles, 3 of them. And I'm doing the alliance ones. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. So yeah, I was like, phew. I'm out.
I mean, does anybody on the panel think this type of event, this whole setup, is fair to anybody who's not in, say, one of the top 10 alliances?
No, I don't. No, I don't. And I'm in a large alliance, and because of that, that's earned me over 1 million points plus in this raid. Personally, over 1 million points. So it's allowed me to pick up. Don't get me wrong. I've picked up a few 100,000 plus points myself, personally. But because I'm in a large alliance and I get the feed from everybody else there, yeah. But it isn't that isn't fair on anybody else that's not in a big alliance. So I don't think it's weighted right. I don't think these events are right.
So that leads me to my next question, and I'm just going to go down the line and ask everybody their thoughts.
Hold on, I was going to disagree with Walkman there.
Oh, well, aren't you bold? Go ahead.
I do think it's fair to smaller alliances, because where the issue is it's a coiners event. Right, there's no other way of looking at it. If you're playing for the alliance points at any level, or the shipwrecks at any level, you're going to have to coin. So if you've got one person committed to coin and do it, he can earn the points that boost the rest of your alliance. I'm the only one seriously doing it, I think, in my alliance, and all of my team have now got the new turret if they want it.
Okay,
well, that doesn't mean it's necessarily fair.
Let me jump in and rebut for just a second, okay? Now, okay, you're one person doing this coining for your alliance, and that's cool, and that's fine. But what about when you're having to battle 5 other people who are coining for their alliance in a shipwreck?
It makes no difference.
I would definitely feel I have to disagree with that.
Why?
Because you have 5 people spending going against one person's spending, and they can just coin you out of it if they.
We don't necessarily, because what happened? One of my lieutenants put a post up, and several of the guys have donated money to me. So all we've done is amalgamate the
okay, so then you're not the only person in your alliance who's coining them.
No, but
you're fed by the rest of your alliance.
There's an amount of them, 5 or 6 of them, that have contributed towards it. But I was using coin that I got from tickets, etc., to fund it.
Fucking socialists.
Yeah. Whether it was my money or combined money, if there's 5 people in there, you can get past 8. I've fought Ross Crow's alliance when there's been 8 or 9 of them parked outside. Ross Crow said, "How much are you willing to spend?" I said, "Enough to win." It's as simple as that. But they can only fight you one at a time when you're actually in the target. So the problem then becomes the glitch, which is affecting more than just me. And it's quite possible, I'm not going to tell you how I do it, but it's quite possible to drive past them all and get straight into attack.
So what I'm gathering then is everybody thinks this event is unfair except for the communists. That's what.
you asked if it was unfair for the smaller alliances. It's unfair based on the fact it's a coiners event, and obviously part of Kix's drive here is to get people to join alliances to benefit from it, so that alliance wars kick off more, so that there's more spending on repairs doing that and basics. It's all, it's all co-joined. It's certainly not fair on individual players. But having said that, I've watched players who are not in alliances battling for alliance targets that would pay them out less than if they were battling for a personal target. And you just think to yourself, if you're going to coin where you're going to get the most amount of points from it. So obviously some people don't understand the logic of it as I do anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Or they're doing.
well, hang on. I want to do something a little bit different though. Like, okay, I want to go down to panel one at a time, and I'm going to ask you what you think they can do to fix this event and make it better all around for everybody. So, Jordy, we'll go ahead and start with you.
I think they probably need to do a percentage of the outposts to pay to people as well, even if it's only a small percentage, to encourage the smaller players. And I think rather than having a set time, if you're attacked within the 5-minute bracket and you win, a percentage of that bonus goes to the player that wins, so they can sort out the glitch that then allows people to jump in and fight you when you're not online.
All right, Chuck, what do you think?
Hell's X had some good ideas on the Discord. I don't have them in front of me right now, but he had alliance targets locked to a certain percentage of level or members, so smaller alliances could actually hit something without getting crowded out by the bigger ones. Instead of charging everyone for the upgrades, just make everyone the same level. Don't give anyone an advantage. As you were saying, when everything came out and it was just the frigates, not the strike frigate, but the Corsairs, it was a completely level playing field. Everyone had the same ships, they just had to drive better and figure out how to drive and whatnot. That was fun. And then they changed it. That's where they screwed it up. Done.
Simba.
All right, what I would change on it would be like with the outposts. If they're going to do the outpost again, they need to do each level to a different degree. Say the lowest one pays 1,000, next one 100, and just go up. Don't make a certain allotment one set rate, and the next allotment another set rate. Make them go up as the challenge goes up.
Okay. Robin?
Well, I have to agree with Chuck. I think that simplifying it and taking out the whole upgrade thing, putting everybody on a level playing field, that's the way, because otherwise you go into it and then it's kind of like, oh, I have to upgrade. Well, I can't upgrade, so I'm kind of out. And then I think the level playing field is the best. I don't know if anybody, except for, okay, Jordy's doing wonderful things for his alliance, and Jordy obviously could do wonderful things on his own, just for his own points. But the whole alliance thing kind of, as an event, unless of course they're going to make it strictly just a fun thing, without the prizes that mean anything, and having the alliance points makes sense. I just think it needs to be more individual, maybe.
Okay. Shane?
Well, I'm in agreement with everybody else. I hate that they put the upgrades on them. You know, the NASCAR race style of it, to where everybody has the exact same tech, the exact same capabilities of the ships would be the right way to go in that. Fuck them upgrades. But also just to make the game playable. Quit with this stupid shit where you can't even control your ships, and see what you're doing.
Right, right. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a whole different aspect of things. I'm just talking about like the basic setup of the event.
Now, I mean, them putting upgrades on the ships, I don't even do Shipwreck no more. The battles no more. And to be honest, I've done one of them before they did all that change. I went undefeated because I'm a good fleet to fleet guy. So and I mean, and to be honest, if you want to do this alliance thing and you say it's all about being buddies and working together and having fun together and all this shit, okay, well, quit giving points to people that ain't even freaking playing.
All right.
And then that tallies up to your whole big alliance points and everything for the alliance leaderboard, and it's just freebie points across the board for all these other players that aren't even participating. Okay, you want it to be about everybody playing together and having fun together and everything. Well, you give that stuff to the people who are participating, not the lazy asses that aren't even logging in. And then here they come on fucking last day, Friday. Hey, yay, look how good I did. You didn't do shit. So you shouldn't even be included in that. So
Yep.
That's my take on it too.
Okay, we'll go to Watchmen, then I'll finish it up.
Okay,
I get
two,
yeah.
go on.
Go ahead.
Two points that I wanted to make. The first one was the shipwreck outposts. The scaling of the points that they drop. I mean, you get the same points for level 139 as you do for hitting a level 106, and the bases are considerably different than harder. Yeah, so it should be going. Instead of you getting 5k for 106, as you go up, I think it should be, 10k, 15k for at the highest. Yeah, I think that should scale better. What was the original thing I was going to say now? It was. Oh, fuck it, we're talking it through me. Sorry. Yeah, it was, there was 2 points, but yeah.
Mine's simple. If I'd like to add, I'd like to just have them to draw more interest to get me back in it. They need to rethink the point structure just in general. That was it. That's it. And truly, that's it. Make it so everyone can get these prizes, to use these prizes, to spend more money in the game, to have more fun. Stop making the separation wider, because the game's already proven the people are just the crazies. They're going to get it no matter what, right? So give it to the rest too, so they get to use this stuff. Why not? They've stuck around in this game for years. Redo the point structure, and that's it for me.
That was it. That's what I just want to jump back to on that one. Sorry, yeah. It was the prizes. The actual price for the prizes I think, are too high. I think are too high for the majority of players. Of course, as we know, if you're in one of the top 20 alliances or something like that, yeah, it's not going to be a problem. But for all the other players, they've got to work bloody hard to be able to get those amount of points. So I think it should be a lot lower, and especially, as I was saying, with the scaling of the shipwreck outposts, because that's what probably a lot of players might be hitting if they can't hold the shipwrecks themselves. That's it.
Here's my 3 points. My 3 points are: number one, fix your prize structure, as far as points required and point payouts. That definitely needs to be addressed. My second point is get rid of upgrades. Don't nerf the boats based on the people who are already put into the upgrades. I would say more just go ahead and give the people the upgrades that don't have them. That way nobody can complain that they're getting nerfed. And my third thing, in my opinion, and this is probably going to be the one that's unpopular with a lot of people on the panel, is totally get rid of the alliance shipwrecks and just stick with the personal shipwrecks. because I think the Alliance shipwrecks gives such an unfair advantage to people who are either A, in a big alliance, or B, getting fed a lot of coin by the rest of their alliance to hang on to.
So what you would say is just give the advantage to those who are prepared to coin.
No, I would say put a decent amount of personal shipwrecks out there to where there's enough that there's, targets out there, not for every single person to always be hitting one, have some for a little bit of battles. But I mean, I think the Alliance shipwrecks just puts it way too far out of whack.
So more targets to hit, period.
And as I was saying earlier, like the scaling on the actual points they drop as well, because when you're getting the same points for 106 as you are for 139, it's just silly. They've got that wrong. That should have gone up a bit, for the other targets.
And that could be done because, I mean, how many 2,500 targets are out there? The 82s and maybe a couple of, like you said, the range from 106 to 92 in there. But then, what you said, the 106s are worth 5,000 points all the way to the 139.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs to be like from 100 to, say, 115 needs to be the 2,500 points. And then the 116 to the 139s need to be the 5,000 points.
Well, no, I'm not saying take points away from us. I'm saying points at the top end.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How many targets is worth 2,500 points? Like 3? And then you've got all from there down below is worth 1,200, and all of them from there up is worth 5,000. There's just not very many 2,500 point targets.
But if you had individual players, guys that are not in bigger alliances that are maybe competent themselves, they could go out and maybe and go and hit a 139 and maybe get 15k for doing those, or even 10k.
Oh, you're saying give them more points for the
give them more points for the higher targets. Yeah, I'm not saying take points away from the others.
I mean, they can address that by lowering the cost of the prizes.
All right, well, let me jump in here real quick. Robin, you had a question?
Yeah, the one thing that I was unsure of is, okay, with the Alliance ones, do you actually have to participate in the event at all in order to get the Alliance points?
No.
No, they get it automatically.
You just have to log in.
Just have to log in. Okay, so
which I swear to God, that was brought up last shipwreck event, and I swear to God, they said they were going to do something about that, and lo and behold, here we are, and they did nothing about it.
Yeah, that just blows my mind.
Because that's a more bounty thing, though, isn't it? When you have to log in to actually get bounty points. It doesn't work on shipwrecks. You just get it. You know what I mean? If you're part of the alliance,
It should do though, if they're going to have that feature. But then if you combine what Damnation was just saying, if you put more shipwrecks on the map and get away from alliance points, should there even be outposts in a PvP event? It shouldn't. It's a fail having PvE targets.
I would say to a certain degree, yes, maybe not as many as what they have now, but you still are going to have those people out there that don't necessarily have the fleets, that don't have Corsairs. Well, I mean, actually, I guess everybody should have Corsairs now because they're driving the fleet. That'd be something I'd have to think about a little bit. Like, based on everybody who's currently playing, and they got a fleet of them, they wouldn't have to, but more in the future for people who would want to, come back to the game and get into it, they would have to have something to hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but the point I'm trying to make is it's kind of a failure in their scaling and planning and everything to have to put a PvE target in for everybody to be able to participate if they choose to.
Yeah. I'm still a firm believer that there never should have been PvP events really in the first place anyway.
Possibly not. They maybe should have put some shipwreck targets out there that exclude Inquisitors. Interceptors, sorry.
I'm a believer that you should get rewarded for your own efforts, okay? And then if you choose to prep for other members of your alliance, or they want to pay you to help them and stuff like that, then good and fair. But yeah, I don't always agree that everybody should get things for nothing. And you know, you could have been on holiday this week and come back and you've won more than someone that spent all like 4 days grinding. You know, and that I don't see that as being particularly fair. You know,
I mean, where I think this fails the biggest, in my personal opinion, is like when we said we wanted Fleet versus Fleet back in the first place, we said we wanted to have fun with Fleet versus Fleet. And what they don't seem to realize is you can't schedule fun. You know, you can't be like, I'm going to set up apart 1 hour from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock on Thursday evening, and I'm going to make sure I have fun then. Fun is a spontaneous thing. You know, you did. I think it was on Star Trek Voyager one time. It's like, you know, like 7 of 9 was dealing with all the little children drones, and she was trying to schedule fun time, and they had to explain to her, you can't schedule fun. Fun is spontaneous. It needs to happen naturally.
To be fair, 7 of 9 could schedule fun with me anytime.
Well, that's true, but we're talking a whole
But you're
different
not
type
the
of fun
kids.
at that point.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
a different
dear.
kind of fun.
But that's
I
a
mean,
very
I-
valid. Sorry, that's a very valid point. And when I first heard about shipwrecks, I thought, okay, it's going to be a target that's out there on the map all the time, and the people who choose to participate, they can have a grand old time battling it out on their own, just for, I don't know, extra uranium, extra titanium, whatever they just choose. But this whole idea of another event.
well, I think the
One of the
original
things-
premise was quite a good idea. Yeah, you know, it was quite even fleets, and it was more to do with driving skill than anything else. But now they've come up with these coin 2 upgrade and stuff like that. They've completely unbalanced it, and that's the thing. Is they come up with a good idea, and then they monetize it to the extent where they ruin it. You know, and well done. They've done it again. You know, like,
Another one of the big problems I have is putting base defense prizes in a PvP event.
Yeah.
There are so many people out there who want to defend their base but have no interest in participating in PvP offensively. You have just fucked every single one of those people by putting, like, you know, heavy turrets in this event, or by putting, you know, when you put defender holes inside here or in bounty, either one. You know, and like we had actually kind of at one point gotten that through the thick heads of one of the teams. It's like defensive stuff needs to be in like your regular PvE events like raids and stuff like that, because even the people who don't aggressively PvP like to be able to defend. And this new team apparently took no notes from what has been proven over the years, and they've now stuck all this stuff back into just a PvP event only, like negating a large part of the player base from even being able to have access to it. Thoughts?
Yeah, they didn't get the memo. I would agree. Because, I mean,
Everybody else?
that's what they were setting the premise upon, you know.
I just think they sometimes think we forget. And they just like try and placate us with, oh, yeah, sure, we're going to do this. Yeah. No.
I don't think it's so much a thing that they forget. I think it's each team thinks the other team had absolutely no idea what they were doing and didn't have all kinds of input from the player base to come to the decisions that they had. And they think they know better than everything, and they're here and they're going to fix the game and make it glorious, and they tend not to be able to do that.
Either that or they're not sharing information from one team to another.
Well, don't we still have some of the same team there?
I don't think so. Not at this point.
Like,
I think Robot was like the last holdout from when GDR was the one who was running things, and Robot's not there anymore.
but people like Wrong Thinker and Chris are still a part of it, right?
Wrong Thinker's not RCM anymore. We now have CM Gilly, or I think is how you pronounce that. And like Wrong Thinker is there, but Wrong Thinker does not interact with the player base whatsoever.
Not anymore. And that's only because he seems to have I was going back and watching some of those old videos that they did last summer, the live ones, and just listening to the stuff that comes out of his mouth when he doesn't think that we're actually paying attention. When he sits there and tells us how, oh, well, we're not going to put certain prices in certain events because we really want you to go into this event. So we have to put it here to make you go into that event.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a big mess. I don't think Shipwrecked should be an event. I think it should be out there. Like, if you want to have it be a side event that people can fight over and get skins and all that kind of stuff, that aesthetic stuff that makes them happy, and it doesn't unbalance the game, that's fine. Whatever.
Make it like a monthly collection that goes on all month. Kind of like Alliance points. Makes it, make it like what we was talking before. At the end of the month, whoever got so many Alliance points and stuff, you could turn in your points for content. Make it like they're out there all month long, and y'all play all month whenever you're at your convenience to do whatever. And at the end of the month, you can turn in points for content for prizes.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but when they say they're working on exciting new content for Bounty, that scares the shit out of me.
You're working on something to coin grab to make money off of you, and you really don't care what the experience is for the players.
Well, I just really hope that, honestly, that they do come up with something that's fun and exciting, because the Shipwrecks, the whole concept of sitting to stare for 15 minutes at the short one, and long term at the Alliance one. But that's just not really my idea of engaging, fun entertainment. I do it, I was doing it because I felt I wanted to get some help my Alliance when it was working, but so even at its greatest, I just don't like the concept. It's not. I don't find it that engaging.
Well, okay, let me ask you guys this, because this one just floated through my head. And what if we went back to a thing where, remember the old arena system? What if we did something where you would queue up in the arena with your interceptors, you would fight somebody else's interceptors, both players would get a set amount of points for participating in the battle, and then the winner would get X amount of points more than that. You would be having a fleet versus fleet event. You wouldn't have to worry about 17 other people trying to horn in on your shit, and you would still be getting points, and it'd be a one-on-one situation.
And it wouldn't be on the map.
And you wouldn't have to be waiting around for 30 minutes or 45 minutes or 15 minutes to collect your points.
I think that would work better, because I think the one thing that people really didn't like about Arena was that you could bring any fleet you wanted in there. If they locked it strictly to this interceptor class, then it's you got one of 4 choices right at the moment that you could be facing.
Well, that's how it is in the targets out there now, right? I
Right.
mean, it wouldn't be no different in Arena, except without all the interfering.
Right. The ring, and I still got people. Yeah, people still traveling through those rings, on auto, on long path homes. That's funny stuff, man. When they get hit with their Conqueror fleet, and it is funny because you can get hit, traveling through the ring on the move.
Ross, I'm just curious, because I know you like this sort of thing. If it was just like a target on the map, would you find it more fun even if it took a 5-minute battle than the fact that it's in a time-limited event where you're trying to get prizes?
No, I don't need it on the map. I mean, is that I don't know the full question. I mean, I think I could do it with the. I really just not. Yeah, my problem is I really did already. I have all the upgrades. I do. I upgraded the fleet. I did all that stuff too. That's what you're supposed to be doing. I bought into this, and then I'm just not finding a whole lot of fun. So I think maybe if you do take it off the map and put it into something like Damnation was saying, I might enjoy that more, because it's really not fun staring at the target on the map for this extended length of period. That's just I lose engagement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. It was just something that happened to pop into my head while we were sitting here discussing. So,
If they wanted to leave shipwrecks as a permanent feature on the map, they could put one shipwreck per sector and just let whoever wants to battle over those on a day-to-day basis.
The individual would never get it. You know, it'd be an alliance.
Well, it's
I'm
in
saying
less
every
than,
day, not just events.
Yeah, one in each sector. Because
Yeah.
that would give you 100 targets out there, opposed to what are they doing, like 14 targets or some shit like that? Over all 100 sectors. Well, no, it's only down to 20 sectors now, ain't it?
well, yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure that one target per sector would be
Change
really
much.
feasible, because you're still going to have those same top alliances bogging down those targets all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I just think there's definitely things that need to be changed there.
Right. Total revamp.
That's why instead of just complaining about it, I'm trying to come up with solutions and whatnot to what we as players would kind of like to see them do to make it more fun for us, but still maybe somewhat profitable for them as well. Because I mean, I don't want to see them not make any money, but at the same point in time, I'm not going to throw any money at something that I know I'm not going to have any chance of winning.
We need more storage and we need more dock space if they keep giving us more fleets.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't really have anything to do with the structure of the event, which is what we're trying to focus on right now.
I think pretty much everybody here seems to be almost in agreement that having it as an event is the biggest problem.
Yeah, but damn well they're probably not going to cave on that part of it.
Oh, I know.
They're not going to cave on upgrades either, because they've just made that intrinsic to the whole game, and I don't like it throughout the whole game, never mind just in Shipwreck.
Yeah, that's why I don't spend any, whatever they give me in free tokens and free kits and what little bit I can pick up here and there and raise and not have to spend any coin on, I'll do that, but I'm not spending any money. I'm not buying any of those deals. They can do a couple things, but that I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, as far as upgrades, that's pretty much the only one that I have upgraded is my Dragon Fleet. And that's because they give us the tokens in the FM for those 2 weeks to be able to get it done, Other than that, I don't do the upgrades, because I damn sure don't believe in you need to upgrade a brand new hull as soon as you get it. That's just stupid. And then to add insult to injury, you have to do it in the shipyard. And then let's throw some salt in the wound. We'll give you the kits to do them whenever we decide to give them to you. So they're totally not available whenever you'd have the chance to even do the upgrade. So I thought they learned their lesson on that on the damn gantries. That's the reason they took all those bits and pieces away that you had to pick up to be able to do the gantry.
Yeah, my favorite's the last raid when they gave me a TLO for upgrade tokens, but no ability to get any kits until after my TLO was over. I'm like, wow, who was the marketing genius that thought up this one? Because why on earth would I buy tokens if I don't have the kits?
Exactly.
So, all right, do we want to move on to BP next week? Because we probably beat this horse to death. Unless anybody had a last minute thing they wanted to say.
I was just going to say that, and then right before the event, they decided to give you a TLO for instant upgrading.
Yeah.
A 2-level one, though. You can either go to U3 or just to U1, depending on how much you want to spend.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. We got the BP next week up. That's how you screen share without giving people tunnel vision epilepsy like RB likes to do. So I guess on the 29th, they're going to do the 9.31 update notes, which are going to contain support for 2 TLCs and game improvement fixes. The update is going to go live by the end of the day. Be on the lookout for a post detailing changes to forum discussions that will make it even easier to hear from you. Yeah, I get scared when anytime they do anything to the forums. But the 9.31 update deploys on Tuesday, July 30th at 4 p.m. And then on the 31st, we're going to have the July CM diary by the end of the day. So there is no event for next week.
Do you really think that's going to last?
I mean, they're
What,
giving us a vacation?
a week with no event? Oh, I'm sure that's not going to last.
Well, I'm hoping it does because I've got a reunion coming up. So, like, I can go out and get absolutely smashed without having to worry about doing anything on the game.
And I know one thing they were talking about in chat about pillage being pushed, and yeah, the pillage is actually going to be on the 7th, and then the raid will be on the 14th.
Okay.
So, are we taking bets that there'll be D7X armor in pillage?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Somewhere along the lines. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, we still haven't found out about that hydrofoil armor yet. It'll probably be the week before the raid.
On RB, no, was not for teaching. I taught you how to do everything exactly how I did it. You just didn't pay attention.
Now, one point that which said they moved the raid. Well, not moved it back. I mean, we didn't know when they was going to do it eventually anyway. But we've got another couple of weeks basically. But there's been no confirmation that there's going to be an extra FM.
Why wouldn't there be, though?
Because they haven't said there's going to be. So, I was trying to save my FM tokens, this week and then get the chest next week. I mean, we'll find out next week.
I'm sure I'm 99.9% sure there will be an FM. They don't ever have a week that we don't have an FM unless it's raid week.
Yeah, you would have thought that, but they haven't actually. There's no announcement of it.
Well,
So,
there wasn't an announcement on the last one, was there?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to find out in
Yeah.
comms myself. I mean, and they've only done it that one time. So, I mean, I guess you just have to stay vigilant and just continually check in game.
But,
Because they're not going to tell you nothing about it.
hopefully for those that are reasonably caught up, or even those that are not, it gives you an extra week then, to get those tokens to get a head start on the next raid fleet that we're going to be need to build. That will be available in the next, in the final raid of this series. So if hopefully you can save up 2 weeks of tokens.
No, I know Magic Mike there in chat said that there was no FM in between, but I'm just wondering, Mike, were you speculating that, or did you see that actually posted somewhere? Because unless you saw it actually posted somewhere, I find that very difficult to believe. You guys can carry on. There's a delay. It will take them a minute to answer.
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, it has been mentioned before. I think on the shows last night I was watching in as well. That as far I think it was one of Kixeye employees that said, he as of yet they haven't got plans for another FM. Now, I can't confirm or deny that because I don't have it in front of me. Yeah, I think it was posted on the actual Discord chat somewhere along the line. But because Discord becomes was getting trolled so much, I've stopped using it like I used to,
Well, I
Because
know there's certain people out there too who like to get people all riled up with these
Yeah.
kinds of unsubstantiated rumors too. So
yeah, but I think this was actually discussion with one of the Kixeye employees, staff, moderators, whatever, on Discord, and it was said as of yet, they hadn't planned to put an extra FM in. So I'd take that with a pinch of salt, obviously, but if you are trying to save your tokens, you know what I mean, and thinking there's an extra few weeks left, hang on to those tokens just in case. You know, don't spend them yet thinking you've got an extra week, you know.
yeah, it was funny because I actually asked him the other day about why we haven't seen any D7X armor or any explosive sync drives, and if this was by design, and of course I got no response.
Yeah, I'm going to play it cautiously. I'm going to hang on to this week and next week, and then see what we got. You know what I mean? What comes up after? You know.
All right. Anybody else got any last minute stuff they want to throw out there before I pull the plug on this?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Wow, that's pretty amazing that nobody has a last minute thing they want to go on about. That shows you our level of excitement about shipwrecks.
Okay, yeah, take upgrades and shove them. There's
Yeah.
my input. And take them out of the shipyard. That's the dumbest idea they've had in forever.
Yeah, I
Or
hate
give-
the upgrades. Yeah, it's
I
the
guess
worst
my
thing
last
ever.
minute thing I want to put out there was RB said he couldn't run the show today because he had an engagement to go to, but yet there he is in chat. So suck it, RB. That's what I got to say.
Good night, everybody.
They're not.
Good night.
Good
Later.
night.
I'll post the link in the chat for the after show for anybody who wants to jump on. But
Good
until
night.
next week, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Good night, guys. Good luck.